nothing but faith. There's things far too great that I want to accomplish. I'm hoping 25 hours a day, but something good works out, and I'm just like, dang. Think everything's gonna be okay. Yeah, I'm like, dang. Think you might just know the way. I'm like, dang.
Welcome to Dang.
Dang, I'm Todd Bridges.
And I'm Bettijo Bridges. And today on Dang, we're talking about what it really takes to support kids with big dreams.
Yeah.
Our guests, Alycia and Michael Parks, have raised two incredible athletes, including rising pro tennis star Alycia Parks, ranked in the top 50 worldwide. Alycia is also the host of the Sisterhood Connection podcast. And Michael,
Which I was on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And Michael is a former pro basketball player. Together, we're going to explore how they balance family, business, and big ambitions, and what every parent can learn, whether your kids are aiming for center court or just trying to find their spark.
And when to beat them the right way.
When to beat the kids the right way?
Yes.
What kind of beating are you talking about, Todd?
Pow! Spanking. Pow! No. Just kidding. Just joking.
Whatever it takes.
It's black parenting is different than any other parenting. That's all I know.
Is that right?
Yeah, they know. They look at it, they get that eyeball and be like, Mom, she has the ugly face that they give us. My mom used to give me the ugly face, and I knew what that meant.
What's
Already.
the ugly face look like?
It's the ugly face is the scariest face that a black mom can give you, but you know that after comes the ugly face comes either a shoe or a belt. So you straighten up.
I don't know.
before that
I don't
happens.
think Alycia has ugly face.
Oh,
Do you,
yes, she
Alycia?
does. With her, I'm sure her kids would. I'm sure her kids would say that's not true.
She's
Exactly.
too. Well, I didn't.
No.
I just messed up. I called her Alycia instead of Alycia. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I get it all.
I
You
get
can
it
blame
all
him.
jumbled up. I call my kids all kinds of things.
He chose
Absolutely.
the name. He chose her name, and he
Oh, did
said
he?
because he did, because I couldn't come up. Every name I came up with, he didn't like. So
Oh, really?
he was like, Alycia, Alycia. It kind of sounds alike, and I'm like, no, not
Well,
really.
that's a
but
terrible reason to name her that. You don't want your name.
Okay,
They
so
actually also
Makayla
kind of
and Mike.
sounded like Makayla, Alycia, Alycia. They all kind of. I would get those mixed up in my brain all day long. Did you?
so tell us how you did it. How did you do this?
Well, let's start at the beginning.
Oh.
When did you first realize the girls had a passion and talent for tennis?
Oh wow, I should take that one. By accident.
Really?
Really?
100% accident. It was they were always outdoorsy. They were always outside playing. They never wanted dolls or do dance lessons and things like that. So we just kind of threw every sport to them, and tennis was one of them, just by having a good school year. So I just thought, you know what, you guys want to sign up for tennis lessons? I just want to read my book, leave me alone, entertain each other. And quickly I realized that they took a natural, they just could do it naturally, and it just went from there.
How convenient they had this built-in partners too, right? That they could play against. I love that you're like, I just want to be left alone while they bat a
wanna
ball
just give
around
me-
with each other.
I kind of
I would do that. I would totally do
I
that.
kind of can relate to that with Spencer. I started him off at an early age on a computer, really early, and I saw he had a talent for it, and I was like, I'm going to try to, because he wanted to play football, and I was like, I'm going to push him into this direction, and now he makes video games for a company and makes great money. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got to gravitate to what they like anyway.
yeah,
And that's
Yeah.
what happened, because when Alycia went out there and found out they could play tennis and hit it, I'm like, they cannot play tennis. She called me and said, come out. So then when I saw the hand-eye coordination, but it was my fault that I spoiled them to put them outside, because I had them outside playing softball, basketball, flying kites and everything. And tennis was, I'm going to be honest with you, it was just the grace of God, because I didn't have no clue about no tennis.
So you didn't know how to play, really, Michael?
No.
No.
Didn't know
Wow.
anything about it. Neither one of us knew anything about the sport. I mean, of course, we knew, the
Right.
athletes,
What
we
it
knew
was, the racket, the ball,
Maria
basic.
Sharapova and things of that nature, but we didn't know anything.
And to
about
be honest
tennis.
with you, that's why you all, well, I need my cross anyway, and the religion is very important.
oh yeah,
But when I started doing that with Alycia, I would wake up at 2:00, like I was when I was playing basketball in Makayla. And then what I was doing was I would wake up and it would just, God would just say, work on the serve, show me what to do. And we went from there. So I knew
Oh
it had to
wow.
be the calling. That's the
Oh
straight
yeah.
up truth.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. It's reminding me of Attalie, our daughter that does music. I actually, I'm a designer. I see things really visually. So when she wanted to get into music, which is obviously very auditory heavy, I struggled because I wanted to support her and help her, but I don't know anything about like music or listening, but you kind of just learn things to support them. I love that you guys you got into tennis to support their passion. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I
what?
mean, we were kind of forced to. When the kids we were at the time we were in Atlanta.
Okay.
We were younger. We're in Florida now. But if the kid literally wanted to stay outside in 20-degree weather just to hit a tennis ball, we couldn't.
That is
tell
true.
them.
Yeah.
So we just kind of bundled up and wrapped up and just out.
Trench coaches.
Okay. How did you go about finding people to train them? How did you go about that?
Well, first of all, I'm from North Carolina. So
Yes.
in basketball, you did not play unless you had skill set, fundamentals
Yeah.
and technique. If you didn't have that, so that was in me. I knew that. And so that was the first thing I done. And I called Rick Macy, before we moved down to Florida. I called Rick Macy. I called Nick Bollettieri, the USTA, and everybody. And we end up with Rick. Rick have been real good to me. He showed me what to do and put me out there. And we went from there.
Yeah, I love that you were able to kind of leverage your experience with being an athlete yourself, even though it's a different sport. It's still kind of that fundamental structure of how do we, learning the fun. I love that.
I remember you telling me a story about driving around. You packed everybody into was it a van? How did you do that?
Yes. Hey, Todd, I had water leaking from the top. And if you look up Alycia and even Makayla, but look at Alycia on YouTube or whatever, you will see her up there talking about our journey. And you could tell she kind of choke up a little bit because of, money wise, because tennis is very expensive.
Very.
And, as a parent, you want to support your kids.
Yeah.
Man, we riding around, water leaking through the top. We was on the road for a month or so. And I had to sell the van because when I got back, they didn't want to get back in it.
Both girls what he did was he purchased a
shuttle
bus and we converted it into a motorhome, an RV. And so we had a bunk for each girl, each side of the bus, and a bedroom in the back for us. We had a kitchen and all that good stuff. But for some reason, Makayla's mattress, it was just the air mattress because it's temporary. Her mattress every morning we would wake up, it was completely flat. So she had slept on this hard wood. And we're like, wait, how is it that your mattress keeps popping and Alicia's didn't? So we made a joke out of it, but we spent a lot of time together as a family. We learned a lot about each other. But just being, cramped up in that bus for a month and so was like, no.
That reminds me of have you guys ever seen that Selena TV show they did about the singer?
Oh yeah.
And her parents had done something similar. They you get these stuff starts to take off before the money really catches up to you. And so they're building a big bus to take them on tour. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. I
I love these stories of parents supporting kids in
I had a car
big
that
way.
my daughter did not want to ride. My son was the opposite. I had a 69 Volkswagen that I was fixing up to resell, and my son loved riding because it would leak sometimes in the sunroof too. And my son, though, he would just he said, "Dad, give me a garbage bag." He put a garbage bag over him and put a hole in it so he could see. And he was fine. But my daughter was like, "I'm not riding in that thing."
I could see Spencer doing that. But you know what? If you made Spencer live in it and sleep in it and everything for months, he probably wouldn't want to get in it anymore either.
Yeah, Spencer was adaptable.
How long were you guys traveling around in that thing?
Oh my God.
Yeah, how long?
We had it, 4 years, 5, 6 years.
Oh, wow.
But it worked out real well. I was talking to one of my friends earlier and I was like, man, the last time before we got into the WTA, I said, I got to stay on the road for a year. I just got to stay out there. And to be honest with you, the girls are really blessed because for Erica to allow and never complain, I'm on the road with Alycia all the time and Makayla, and she home with the dogs, handling everything here, booking our flights or rental cars and all of that. It's just amazing how we done it. I can't explain it unless I talk about God. Because that's to be honest with you, man. I can't say it no other way. That's just the way it happened.
No, I totally get that because my whole life, I can't talk about it really unless I talk about God. That's the only reason why I'm still here. The only reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because of him. Otherwise, I would not be here. And it was only my faith in God that kept me moving and going and kept me from being dead, or in prison for the rest of my life.
I know, and sometimes you look back and be like, I don't even know how I did that. I don't know how I handled that for so long. Well, and it means so much. One of the questions we'd had for you was, what has it been like being both coach and dad? But that means so much more, knowing too that tennis was new to you as well. What was that like?
It was difficult because I used to tell Erica, you got to be the good guy, because I had to push them because of the things that I went through playing basketball. I knew what I was lacking, what I ran against, and all of that. So I knew, when the Bible tells you, you want your kid to do better than you. Yeah. So I'm glad that I went through the experiences that I did, and then I could give, and I knew what I was looking for when them obstacles they came to me. I knew what to do. So it worked out great. I mean, it really worked out great. It was tough, and it's still tough to this day being a dad because it's hard to divide. Richard, Corey, Coco dad, and all. We always talk about these things, and it's tough. A lot of people just see you in the limelight, and they don't realize the struggle of trying to really love your family, love your kids, and coaching at the same time. That's tough.
How do you think you keep? Because I think this you watch like Dance Moms or some of these shows where you see these Momagers that are just like over the top and ridiculous. How do you keep that from being a part of this? Like, how do you keep it from being the wrong kind of pressure, right? Because you're talking about, I think there is good pressure that we put on kids to teach them determination and a lot of these good qualities, but then there's also like bad pressure where some parents take it too far. How do you balance that? What do you think that?
Well, with us, we didn't even really, and I got 2 girls, so I didn't care about professional anything, to be honest with you.
And you weren't like, you're going to be basketball players like me. It wasn't like that, right? I love that.
No. And they didn't even know I played ball. And then, of course, when they started coming up, everybody said, if you got a little bit of your dad's talent, I know you're going to dominate. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't know.
They were like, what are they talking about?
Because it's their life. I'm one of those type of people, yesterday is gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's you guys' time to do what you need to do. And, there are a lot of good things that came out of all of this, but it was fun because your expectations when you got a kid, to me, because right now I got Christopher Williams' granddaughter coming down. He want me to, teach his granddaughter. I was on the phone with him earlier, and I told him, I said, I don't mind helping your baby, but at the same time, let that child do what she want to do. Yeah. Because if you want to push or do this, I don't want to coach her. I don't want to help her out. I don't, because you cannot put in there that you want your kid to play professional anything, because that's in God's hand.
They have to want to do it with God, and God has to have it, in there.
That's right.
If you just kind of stay in tune, your kids will definitely let you know where their heart and their passion is. You just have to be in tune with them, and it is a balance, and there's a healthy push. But I think for me, the way I found out that this was their passion, because they did everything, the swimming, the track. Thank God gymnastics didn't work out, because Alycia would have been doomed. Right.
Trust me, let me tell you, I was a gymnast, and I didn't have I've had like so many surgeries.
It's hard on your body.
Because of that. Oh my gosh, my body's falling apart because of that.
My cousin was almost an Olympian. Yeah, she had a bad fall on the beam that kind of took her out of the running for it, but she has had a lot of the same. Gymnastics is so hard on your body. But yes,
Yeah.
but you're right. Her height would have been.
It would have been a challenge. But
Oh,
it was
she's
just a
tall?
fact of-
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right. But that's what happened to me. I couldn't do the pommel horse. You know the pommel horse?
'Cause your legs were too long?
Yeah, I could do every other sport. I was great on the floor. I was great on the rings. But when it came to that dang pommel horse, my legs were so long I couldn't get my legs all the way around it too easy.
Did you know this guy did trapeze?
Yeah, I did trapeze 5 years
You got to
in a
go
row.
look on YouTube. You can find a
Yeah.
video of him in Circus of the Stars. He was a trapeze guy.
Yeah, it was. I did
Well, I
the
can
first
tell Todd,
double.
you know,
and
my
back.
thing is I got to take my hat off to you because even in gym class, I couldn't even walk down the beam. You know how you have to walk
Yeah.
the beam and
Yeah.
just dip?
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know how they do it and flip on it and all of that.
Oh
It's
yeah, I was
amazing.
good at that, but it's tough. It's a tough sport. It really is. It's bad on your. Like I said, I did so many things that I paid for later. Like I'm paying for now, that I should have listened to my mom when she was saying that's gonna be bad on your body. And I'm like, my mom don't know what you're talking about. And boy, was she
Yeah, we
right.
all did that.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did.
Yes.
Yep.
And now we're getting it back because the kids
Oh, yeah.
are doing it. So
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
this is just a cycle, you know.
So Erica, you were telling us we interrupted you,
Yeah,
but
sorry.
how did you
Yes.
how did you realize tennis was the thing you were saying?
Oh no, it's just that, when the kids constantly wanted to go out and play, like literally it's like, yeah, not today, take a break. Yeah, you've been doing this this is early on,
Wow. Mhm.
5 or 6 times a week. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna take a break today.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go, but you would see them still, gathering the bags and the balls and they're ready to go. And I'm like, you're kidding, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I knew, I'm like, this is something that you really enjoy and you love. So
Mhm.
Yeah, they're the ones pushing it. Yeah. Yeah.
But for me as an athlete, when we was out there in trench coats, and when I tell you it was cold in Georgia,
Yeah.
And I knew-
I've been there before. I know how cold it is.
absolutely, and
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna make it and be successful because we were the only ones out there. And you remember Haywood that played professional baseball?
Mhm.
He was, I don't know if it was his dad or his coach back then. You remember in the batting cage, it was just us. And I looked at Alycia and Makayla. I said, you guys are going to be successful. I said, this guy right here going to be successful. For years, I didn't even know that was Haywood.
Wow.
It was just
Wow.
us, nobody else in the park or nothing. And,
Yeah, you
But
got to
we out
do
there.
things other people aren't willing to
Yeah,
do,
that's
right?
exactly right. It's the
Yeah.
sacrifice that you take to set your lives up to somewhere different, and that's the path that you take to become successful.
Yeah, that's what I was just
Absolutely.
telling the kids. I was talking to Rocky this week about that. It's everything is hard. He's learning how to do a Rubik's cube to solve the cube. I can't even do that thing. He was asking me to help, and I'm like, honey, I have never solved one of those cubes. You're gonna have to go to YouTube for that one.
Pop the cubes out like we used to and put them back in.
that was me.
Yeah, and he was getting so frustrated, and I said, Rockwell, everything is hard.
Yeah.
That's good. Like it's going to be hard at the beginning, and it's because it's hard. Most people will quit. That you have to get through the part where it's hard before you come.
But
become
even
good.
after success, there are days you want to quit.
Oh yeah.
There are days
Absolutely.
you can have all system words, but there are days you're like, why am I doing this? And you get mad and you want to quit, but then you have to push through.
Yeah.
And that's what gets you to the next side to be over the next hill to make it to where you want to get to.
Yeah. No,
You're absolutely right about that, because even when you're trying to make it to the pros, you're not really trying to make it. You're trying to figure out what it takes to get there if they want to do it.
Mhm.
Okay. Then when they get there, I was telling Erica and I was telling Alycia and Makayla, I said, listen, this is what you have to do. Once you're there, you got to find within yourself to make it fun and be legendary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And create records. You got to push yourself. You already made it there, Dan.
Mhm.
yeah.
Exactly.
So you're right, Todd. It's like you got to find something to keep right on pushing.
Yep.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that perspective because it's not like there's some end point where magically you're like, okay, we're here, we arrived. It's that you're always kind of moving in
Yeah.
that.
Right.
But
little
you
bit
get to a
further,
point
little
like
bit
I've
further.
gotten to where I enjoy it, I love it, but at the same time, I'm not going to kill myself over it anymore. You know what I mean? That's
right.
where I'm at now, because it's probably my age. It's like, man, okay, I'll
That
do it.
wisdom.
I'll do an audition now, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it any way I want to. If they don't like it, because you know why?
be it.
If they like you, they like you. And I have done so bad on auditions. I'm like, man, I'm never gonna get that. And I get it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was the absolute worst. And then I do a job, I go, man, I was incredible. Man, I felt it, I was acting, and you don't hear from them. So
Absolutely.
I have learned that if it is in God's hands and God wants me to have it,
You'll get
you know,
It's gonna be.
yeah. And I remember, okay, and I really now I've looked back, I realized that job I really wanted that was in Canada. I realize now why I never got that job.
Why?
Because the job that I wanted, I got the job, but they wouldn't let me in the country. And I think it had to do with because that job I was playing a child predator. And I realized because of what happened to me as a child, God was like,
It's not going to be
I gave you the role because you wanted it, but I ain't going to let you play it.
But you know what? It's amazing that you said that because God was looking out for you.
Yes,
and,
yes.
And things can hurt you.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's amazing. I have to put this in here. I mean, look at us right here doing this together. And one of my heroes growing up was Todd.
Oh, thank you.
And now he's one of my friends.
Yeah.
I mean, just
I love that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
you know.
Even though his team he likes is terrible, but that's all right. You know, he's still a good guy because he like
I
Pittsburgh.
like you anyway.
Todd likes to razz everybody about football.
It's because we won the Super Bowl. I can't argue with that.
Baseball season first. You got to.
Baseball season, I can't talk about that. My Yankees are doing bad.
August, you can have a football.
I have two teams in baseball, and that's the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we won't
like
talk
those.
about them. We'll talk about
My
Modette's.
Dodgers won the World Series last year, though.
Modette's softball team's doing good, though, so we can talk
Modette's
about
doing
them.
great.
Yeah.
She's doing great. She's playing softball, and I knew she was gonna. I knew she was always apprehensive about any sport, but I knew once she got involved with the team that had girls on it, she would love doing it. Now she loves it.
She is finally found her place. She has bounced around, like you said, trying lots of different things.
Yep.
Everything is kind of just like, nah,
Yep.
nah. One of our daughters is a singer. One was a dancer, and then she was just like, no, none of this is right. And we just put her in softball. This is her first season, and she's has
digging it,
lit
Lord.
up. Like
Yep.
you talk about,
That's what I thought we would be doing. I just knew. I'm like, he was a coach. I'm team mom. This is what we're gonna do. And
yeah.
we introduced tennis, and there you go.
And you know, I think God, it's great. It worked out good for their careers and everything with the girls. But at the same time, when we were playing softball, we had so much fun.
Softball is a lot of fun.
We could do. Then you go to tennis and you got to sit there and your head go.
Oh yeah, I know.
Anything. It's
Yeah,
so
she was
different.
telling me like yesterday. I filmed it for her a couple days ago, and she's getting hit. She's like, because you're talking, and next time when you film it, don't say anything. When you're filming it, and I'm like, how am I gonna do that?
So Mimi, Modette's likes to edit videos together. She's our little video editor, and she wants a film where you can hear the ball crack against her bat. And she's like, Todd, you keep talking over it, and I can't hear the ball cracking against my bat. Will you please stop being so loud while you're filming?
If she wants to pay me to do it, then I'll be quiet. But if you ain't gonna pay me, then guess what? I'm filming it. I'm like, your mom has so much in her mind. You lucky you even got filmed, because I filmed it.
Well, you know what? You're gonna lose that battle. Just letting you know, in action, buddy, you're gonna lose that battle.
I'm
She's
sure.
always gonna be like, shh.
But what I laugh at is that I have so much talent in baseball because I play men's adult baseball, but she can't hear it from me. She can't hear it from me. She don't want
what
no
was the
learning
note?
from
You
me.
gave me a note during the game to tell me about the
Oh,
grounding.
during the game, like she got hit a ball in the outfield, and she tried to get it by just bending over and getting it. And I'm like, no, you have to drop one of your knees and block the ball so it doesn't go behind you. But I can't tell her that. It's gonna have to be her mom telling her that or someone else.
So he's like, remember that, tell her that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You too.
I was terrible at softball. I tried to play and I was terrible.
No, I was, I'm good at baseball. But that's why I had my big shoulder injury was because I played men's adult baseball leagues, and I hurt my shoulder doing it.
And we have to put this in because we're giving a lot of praise to God. And if you think about it, if you look up Alycia, she got the hardest serve in history.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm the one that taught the serve.
Nice.
You tell me there's no God. There's a God.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
guess
don't
I should say that. Playing basketball, I didn't like tennis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now I love it because of the kids. Because when I saw the courts, I'm like, let's put a basketball goal up there.
But I always say once an athlete, always an athlete. And I think that, you can go to other sports and put that same thing into it and be decent at it, at least decent. Because even Michael Jordan was, great at basketball, but he wasn't great in baseball, but he was decent. But he wasn't great.
Absolutely.
He wasn't what he is in basketball. You know what I mean? But he was still great at it.
Absolutely.
You just put that same determination in it. You can do it. I think.
That must be my problem. I'm not good at any sport. I'm artistic. I'm not athletic.
No, but you're good at stuff that you put together. You're really well.
Yeah.
at it.
On that, baby Joe.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I am not. Yeah. I mean, I pulled a muscle hitting the wall trying to learn to play.
Well, she's very good at a lot.
I'm not even running.
She's good at the mental game.
Well, and with Attalie, well, go ahead, Michael.
You guys don't have to do anything anyway, because being with me and Todd, that's the blessing that we got. That's a big blessing to keep us on the road.
Blessing they got. No, I'm kidding.
You guys, what are we going to do with these guys, Erica?
I just try to stay prayed up and watch my mouth.
I know with me, you got to stay prayed up.
So what I was going to say with Attalie, because she's an artist and was driven on her own. She tried a bunch of different things, but she bought her ukulele with her own money. I don't even know why she couldn't convince me to buy one or something. But she just came to me, Mom, I picked it out on Amazon. She bought some ukulele for like $35 on Amazon with her own money, and then learned how to play it, taught herself how to write songs. And I was just like, okay, well, at least she's not, doing screen time or whatever. I was happier to have her playing something. And it turned into this like you were saying, like she was driving it all the way. And I started to see a little bit of my visual in it when I was helping her try to put together her first album. As we were editing the tracks, the waveforms make these like visual designs like in the audio editor. And that was what drew me in. I was drawn to like the size of the waveforms and seeing things because I'm all visual. I am all visual here.
Those wave sounds are just so. I just want to say, honey, I know you've never done drugs in your life, but you sound like an old stoner.
No, like they literally make shapes, man. You gotta go to Attalie Ann's Instagram feed and scroll back. You'll see there was one that we did, and it looked like these little models walking down the runway. The waveforms had this shape to them.
Where is it so I can?
Oh yeah, it's Attalie Ann on Instagram, and it was back a few years ago when we were doing her first album. But you'll see the waveforms, and it looked like a fashion show. Attalie saw it too. It wasn't just me. I'm not crazy.
No, I didn't say you're crazy, but I'm just like.
Did you find it, Erica?
Quite interesting. You guys.
I said that's all I needed to hear. And he was like, it's almost like a fashion show. What? Let me see.
There are these little waveform people, and they're like, I'll have to go dig it out.
Yeah, the watching you women deal with clothes is the funniest thing in the world. Oh. It's like I just find some pants and a shirt. It's like I'm good. I'm going out.
You know what, Erica?
And that's the problem. And that is the problem.
But Todd, they'll walk around that rack over and over again.
Oh man, try a bunch of stuff on, put it down, throw it down, and I'm like, that looks fine. And then I've learned that they don't want us to be honest. How do I look in this? You look great. You can't say, how you looking at? That makes you look fat. Then I'll be in trouble if I say something like that.
That is not true. I want you to be honest, but I want you to be
I have to be honest, but I have to be.
With kindness.
No, it's more than kindness.
There you go. Thank you.
I don't believe that's how it works. It's like, how do I look at that? It's just, that outfit's not for you, honey. It's
I see, that's perfect. That's a great way to say that.
That's how I'm going to say it, but... how do y'all look in this, honey? That's ugly. You look fat.
Yeah, that's rude.
That's how they would say it. But you guys say that to us.
No, I do not.
Oh, you guys give us the pow.
Oh my goodness.
We can deal with it though. That's
Are you meaning you guys as in all women again?
No.
Really what Erica say. You gonna wear that?
Yeah.
See, that was gentle and nice. That wasn't bad. That would make Todd.
Those colors do not go.
That would make me wear it.
It makes him so mad.
Oh, I'll wear it. I'll be like, yeah.
I've learned I can't say a word about his clothes. Yeah.
I will. If you tell me something that if I feel like you're trying to tell me something, I'll do it just to spite you.
Absolutely.
I'll cut my foot off just to spite you.
Because I'm the type of person, you're going to love me or hate me.
Oh, that's right.
It is what it
but
is.
my thing is, I'm also a protector. I protect our family. That's what I do. And you'll never meet a guy like me.
That's true. Well, listen, but we also want you to look nice. We appreciate it and we love that. But we also, if we're going somewhere, okay, listen, work with me.
I do look nice to me. That's
That's
all.
right.
Every day is not
I
a
have
t-shirt.
learned that it's only what I
Can't
think.
play.
It ain't what anyone else thinks.
Even if we're
anymore.
going
Thank you.
somewhere formal,
Thank you.
Erica, he will not listen to me.
I'm telling you, it's because
He
I've
gets
learned.
mad.
I have learned that I like what I like, and if you don't like it, you ain't gotta hang around me.
So what I've learned to
That's
do
right.
is like a day or two ahead, I set out the clothes I want him to wear, and so we
Yeah.
can have the fight
You hear
then.
that? She sets
There's
out the
still
clothes.
gonna be a fight.
She sets out the
right?
clothes
So
that
if
she
it
wants
really
me to wear.
matters, like we need a match for like a wedding or an
Imagine
event.
if I set out the clothes that she
a
needs to
couple
wear.
days ahead, I'll have the fight then, because we used to have the fight right before we went, and then I was always fuming at him while we're there, and I'm just like,
You're right.
so I was like, we're gonna have the fight. There's no way around a fight, but I just now have the fight a few days ahead. So by the time
Well,
that
there you
it
go.
comes around, he just knows he's
It's like
gotta
my
wear it.
father-in-law tries to get me all the time. They're like, just agree, and I'm like, but I can't. When it,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
not gonna just agree to agree.
I heard that.
See, my
You know what I
dad, my dad's got some good wisdom.
But
to
your
share.
dad throws out great comments that you guys don't hear. Only I hear them because I know what they're saying. Your dad, his dad, or her dad would throw some little pow, 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 pow underneath hits, and I hear them, and I'll be laughing, but nobody else hears them. Goes right over the women's heads, and I'll be cracking up.
Yep.
She's just trying to help you out. You'll thank her later.
I
You'll
get
look
that.
nicer too.
Yes.
My father-in-law always told me, say yes, honey, and just leave it alone.
Yes, honey, that's good.
Yeah,
I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Why don't you practice it? Let me hear
People
that.
have been married for 40, 50 years, so you got it.
I don't mind saying yes, honey, if they learn to not say much back after.
Erica,
Well, you're not gonna get that.
I know that. That's the fact. That's the
You're
point.
not gonna get
If I
that.
say yes, honey, and that's where it left off, I'll be fine. And I would be. But you know what she'll say? I'll say yes, honey. You don't mean that. That's what we hear. You don't mean that.
it depends on the tone. Thank you. Thank you. If you said yes, honey, that would be the end of it. If you go, yes, honey. Or how do you say it?
Yeah, honey.
Yeah, honey. That's not going to get the end of the, yeah.
She'll go apologize.
Oh, gosh.
Apologize.
If you apologize with an eye roll, it does
I
not
go.
count.
Sorry.
No, you apologize and it follows with a but. Just keep it.
Or an eye roll or a...
Don't worry about it.
Hey, Todd, but they don't even realize sometimes we do that because they ain't nothing like making up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
Oh,
true. See?
jeez.
all
Yes.
right.
But she gets all. My wife is wonderful. She is wonderful, but at the same time, she drives me crazy. But that's what I've learned. I've learned is in real love, it's always a love-hate. You
Yes.
love them to death, but you hate them too sometimes. You just want to. It's like I remember watching a guy. He was like, "I love you, but I just want to." Wait, do you ever see that that Mr. and Mrs. Smith when he's in there talking to the psychiatrist and he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, I love my wife so much, but sometimes I want to."
That is a good
That is
movie.
the best thing in the world because he's like, he goes, and then he gets normal again. He goes, because that's what happens with marriage. It's like
See,
that.
I'm like the one with the movie, which was a Will Smith movie, played the superhero.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And Charlie's.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
yes.
talking about
Yes, I just
Hudson,
want to
something
pick
like
up the
Hutch,
18-wheeler
Hitch.
and just
It's not
throw it
Hitch.
at it.
It's something else.
Yeah.
Hitch is the one where he fixes
That's
couples
right.
up. What's
Yeah.
that one called? It's like that.
It's the one.
It's
who plays-
Hancock.
Hancock.
Hancock. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm more like Hancock. See, I was out of control. Then you have to straighten me up and get me going to the right direction.
Okay.
But I'm a superhero and I'm tough.
That's right.
And we were married for 500 years, but then we fell apart.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you're
were married for like
right.
3,000 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good one. I liked
But
that
whenever
one.
they're around each other, they lose their powers. So it's better that they're not around each
Oh,
other.
they're each other's
Yeah.
kryptonite.
Yeah.
That was a good movie, though.
Because
Yeah.
love takes the
It was
power
an
from the
accurate
man.
movie as far as
Was that what it was?
It was love takes power from both of them. That's what it was.
Oh.
When they fall in love with one like them, they're meant to be together forever, but they lose their power slowly. So whenever they're around, that's what happens. So if you want to keep each other alive forever, you have to keep away from them.
We might need to rewatch that one.
It's
a
really
good.
good.
One.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know. I might need to watch that one again too.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Just work on the skill of bend your knees when you try to pick up the truck. Use your knees and legs.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to parents who see potential in their kids but aren't sure how to nurture it or worry about pushing too hard?
You know, for me, I say pray first because you know the kids are so, especially in this day and time, the kids are different in this day and time. So
Yeah.
Short attention span.
you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to really pray and then just give them, let them have the leeway, but put that discipline in there and then go from there. That's the best advice I could tell you, because it's different.
Yeah. I love that about the discipline. I think you're right.
Yes. And it's like, if I would have grown up with your kids, then they would hear sports from me easier, because my kids have seen me play sports really well. So they know how good I am. So if I'm saying, hey, you're doing this wrong, they'll hear me, because they remember my dad is good at this. They've come to the game and seen me get 4 or 5 hits. What I mean?
The whole time we've been married, Todd's had a shoulder issue. And you
but
went out
Rocky,
there right after surgery?
Yeah. Okay, Rocky was like, one day he was like, he never saw me play basketball, right? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I can play. He's like,
You went out
whatever.
back.
Went out back, and I lit him up. I was like, pow, pow, pow. He's like, oh my God, I didn't hear this. I'm like, I tried to tell you.
That's probably when you retore your shoulder.
Yeah, but that's why Rocky does listen to me when it comes to sports. He does listen to me because he's seen me play. Mimi has never seen me play baseball. Betty Jo came to a few of my games. She came to one of my games where I got hit in the testicles. It was terrible. The guy at first base missed the ball. And first of all, I was running to first base, and I pulled a hammy. I pulled a hammy running to first base, and I'm holding my leg. I'm like, oh my gosh! And then the guy misses the ball. This is when we first had met. The guy misses the ball, and it hits me down there, and I go, oh, I slowly fall over. And she thought I was a dramatic. What did you know?
Because from the sideline,
they don't understand.
From the fall, well, I didn't realize he'd been hit with the ball. From far back where I was sitting, it looked like I could see he pulled his hamstring and he started limping. And then it was like a delayed reaction. And then he fell over and I was like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't realize there was 2 injuries. Pow, pow.
The theatrics of it all. He is an actor,
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Trust me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no. After I pulled my hamstring, I got hit in the groin with a ball. And I was like, oh.
Because the guy missed the ball. And pow, I was like, oh. And when that happens, it's a delayed reaction. It's like, well, pow, oh.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say that, because even when you was talking about pulling a hammy, here I go. I didn't even jump the net. I end up stepping over the net and pulled a hammy and was out for 3 months.
Oh, man.
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Getting old is rough, isn't it?
Getting older. I'm like, yeah, you thought you could still do that, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the part.
Your body's like, that's
way.
Have the girls had any injuries, like with their tennis road?
Never had injuries, because the first thing when we started playing, that's why Alycia technique is good. Everybody talk about her technique, but I could tell if somebody else start messing with it, it goes off. But it's so easy for me to bring it back when I get with her, because that's the main thing that I try to do, is make sure she had great technique, because I was worried about her injuries.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. You want them to be safe and give them the right technique so they don't get injured. And that takes them far anyway. But that's the first thing first. Forget professional, forget all of that.
Yeah, because you're a parent first, right? You're the parent first.
Yeah.
You just watch them. You just make sure you keep an eye on them, because some kids, like, for instance, we're talking about Alycia a lot, but she has a high pain tolerance. And while she's never had any injuries, you just kind of watch her throughout the day away from the court. And it's like she started complaining about her foot at one point. And it's like, okay, well, what's wrong with it? But it was just kind of popping and everything. Took her to the doctor just to look at it, let him check. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's just her growth plates. She's fine. Just kind of watch.
That's what we're just coming off of the football season with Rockwell, our youngest. He was trying to kind of catch up, get a little bit more established in the sport. He's fresh to tackle tackle football. He was doing flag for. I didn't realize you were supposed to put him in a tackle so young. Anyway, I felt like you waited till they were older. And so he's been a little bit behind the curve as far as like the starters on the team. So he was trying to catch up by playing a spring season. And before the games even start, he started complaining, which he's the same way. He has a really high pain tolerance. But after a couple practices and he has like a coach he was working with one-on-one too, and he started complaining about his ankle, but it wasn't swollen. It was really strange, but I was like, this is Rockwell, like where the dentist has even said, man, this boy has a really high pain tolerance. He's like, I think I can fix this cavity without even numbing him. But he was complaining so much that I took him to a therapist, and it was called Severs. It was so funny. He had actually grown And they said it's basically like his bones had grown, but his tendons hadn't caught
Yep.
up.
Muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
Same. Yep.
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 And see, that's the problem with Alycia. Her pain tolerance was so high that I used to make sure I look at her when she was playing. And if I saw something wrong, but I used to tell her all the time, when you on that court, if you don't feel good, forfeit. You understand what I'm saying? Get off.
It's
Forfeit.
better than like getting a lasting injury. Yeah.
Here's one thing I want to know: how are you able to keep like the bad managers away, the bad people away? How did you guys were able to direct?
I'm gonna be honest with you. We're going through that right now because here they come.
Oh yeah.
You know, where were they at when you was coming up and you needed funding? Or
That's
money?
right. That's right.
Nobody was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then now here come everybody. They want to divide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to get. They probably want to push you
that's the
aside,
truth.
push your parents aside to get to the kids. You know, and it's to be to their demise. Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
How do you encourage them to, or Alycia particularly, with as she's continuing to rise, to stay connected outside of her sport and just kind of grounded? I know she's an adult now, so it's not like you make it happen, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because Mike usually handled everything on the court, and I was more on the side of raising young ladies, you know, in society. So for me, I always taught my daughters or try to teach them, find some sort of hobby that takes you away from your world at the moment, right then. Whatever is going on, find something to remove yourself. For me, it was reading, obviously, because I just want to read my book, so y'all go play. But I'll give it to it. So for me, it's just to keep her grounded. Literally, it's like, look, you got to have something besides that tennis court, something else besides the gym, something else besides watching film. You got to find something to just do you. And that does not mean, you know, hitting, I'm just using this for example, the clubs or things like that. Something that you can do alone to take yourself away from your world at the moment, so that you can think, so that you can, for me, I can think. You can hear God if He's speaking. It's quiet. You're open to whatever's going on in your mind. So that's what I feel.
Yeah, creating that stillness. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's kind of tough for Alycia because me and Alycia, while we don't get along, we just alike.
Yes.
We're just alike. And then Makayla's just like a mom. But see, even with Alycia, I know when I was playing ball, there was nothing else that I enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was tough. Even if I wasn't playing ball, I'm looking at it and trying to find a way to get better. I just loved it. And it's the same way with her. And I'm like, but you got to find something else. Because after the sport, what are you going to do?
Oh,
Let's build your mind to do other things and let tennis or professional sports build you for financial to do the other things you like to do. But you have to find it. You got to dig to find that because you're not going to be able to play the game all the time.
Well, for her, it's cooking. She loves to cook. But when you're traveling so much, that's
tough. Yeah.
She loves the kitchen and cooking and things of that nature. But
a lot of things that I used to see growing up as a child actor is a lot of these stage moms. Oh my God, they were brutal. I used to watch these kids. I think the reason why, like, I used to get a lot of jobs was not only what my mom taught me, not only was I talented at it, but at the same time, when I would come from school, my hair was messed up and my clothes may have been dirty. My mom didn't care. She's like, I'd go in an audition like that. I went in as a regular kid. A lot of these kids, the mother would change the clothes and fix their hair and had everything all perfect. And, you know, and it was like when they went in, they weren't regular kids, you know?
Absolutely.
I was, you know, and some of them, and most of these kids that had these stage moms are no longer with us. They end up passing away early from different crazy things, you know?
The pressure is
and even though that I went, you know, far left, I was able to come back because of what my mom had originally taught me. I was able to come back to the, you know, to the smart side, the side that was right.
Yeah.
You know, and it was through, you know, religions, you know, through religion and is what got me back. God definitely got me back. And I know it's because of my mom, all the praying my mom
Well,
did.
it's funny that you say that because it brought you back, but and we don't want to just throw that energy out there, but you got to understand with all the stage moms and different things like that, you're still young.
Yeah.
And what happens, that surrounding be around you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It affects you another way. And the good thing about it, when you stay prayed up and got God in your life, you're coming back.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? If you don't have God in your life, you can hang it up.
Oh yeah, and that's why if in this
And I
program to
love,
stay sober,
like,
that's what I tell people. You got to have
yeah,
God because you can't.
you know everything.
Your higher power can't be a
Sorry.
doorknob. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
But every time that we talk, like, it's not just, yeah, I saw you on television and that was who we looked up to. But when I met you, Todd, and your wife, I looked at it totally different. And when I say that, I'm glad that, our conversations, but as a hero, what I like, there's so many people do not come back. That's real life stuff right there.
You're right about that.
And to know someone like that and to see the other side, I love it. I mean, I really do. It's a blessing. And
well, you know something,
rare.
for me, I had to be able to see that. I didn't get better until I was able to see that for myself. And it's not just what you've accomplished, it's being able to come back from where you were when you're at the bottom end and you can pull yourself out of that and come back. You know that, first of all, you didn't do it by yourself. You know God was beside you, pushing you and putting you in the right positions. But at the same time, you have to be able to hear him. Because I can tell you, I can clearly hear his voice when I want to. When I want to. That's the thing I can tell you, that when I want to, because I can hear him be like, but when I don't listen, pow, right upside the head.
It sounds like Michael could too. Michael was learning tennis from him. Sounds like.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna tell you guys, like, and this is the truth. When I was playing basketball, that's why I led the nation in high school in North Carolina. That's the basketball state. But I said, oh my gosh, I told Eric, I said, I kind of knew she was gonna play professional because I had that same voice at 2:00 in the morning when Erica sleep, Makayla and Alycia sleep. I'm down there doing forehands and serve. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm tired before 8:00 when we go out there and practice. So, but I knew God had a reason for us to do this. I knew that's.
But I mean, I feel like God gave everyone a gift. Now, if you can find your gift, that's the blessing in that.
Yeah.
But then too, once you find it, He trusts you to share it with others in the way that He wanted you to share it, not the way you wanted to share it. That's the issue that I think a lot of people have. Like, for instance, we're talking a lot about Alycia, but even Makayla. To me, that's my little genius, and I'm just using that, in air quotes. But she's brilliant as far as her thinking and everything. And for her thing is she's I want to say like a perfectionist. Everything has to be right in the right place at the right time. I need it done ahead of time. She would panic over little things that I'm like, you're weak.
Yeah, we'd
early.
get along. We would get along.
Deal? Yeah.
But not to cut you off, but even with Makayla, because I know I've been talking about Alycia, but I'm so proud of Makayla because Makayla done this. Makayla got 2 degrees and she teaches tennis. She didn't play pro, but everybody wants her to teach them.
Okay.
So she got her degrees and she's sitting there, she teaching tennis. But the one thing my baby told me, and I would never, as long as I live, she said, Dad, Alycia got more talent size-wise. Makayla's 5'3", and Alycia 6'1". She said, I know how tough it is for you to try to do both of us. So you just do Alycia. Man, let me tell you something. There's no money in the world because I would never tell them the struggles we had, and how hard it was. Yeah. But when she said that, I'm like, kid, no matter what Alycia have, you gonna have too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How perceptive of her, though. Yeah. Wow, that really does say a lot about
How did you guys meet? How did you two meet?
Me and Erica?
Yes.
I was down
at the club. No.
I was downtown. I had a friend from Ohio. He was going through some things. We went downtown. I took him away from his wife to get away. And I saw Erica
You took him away from his wife?
I thought you were going to say Erica was his wife. I was like, hang on a second.
He was going through a lot. And I said, come on, I don't even go downtown at the underground. And we went, what was the name of the place?
Underground. It's been so long. It's been 30 years. No, Fat Tuesdays.
Fat Tuesdays. I know what Fat Tuesdays
is. It really was a club.
Yep.
It was a club. It was a sports bar. Yeah. But
Love it.
and I was sitting in there, and then she locked eyes with me, and it was over.
Wow.
I wish I could tell
Look,
you
she's
something.
like,
She
wait a minute,
does
wait a
have-
minute. She's giving him a look like, wait a minute. That what? Wait.
It was thundering earlier. I'm about to excuse myself.
No, y'all. She knows it's true. She came. I met her a day after she came over, met me at the grocery store, and I couldn't get rid of her since 30 years.
At the grocery store, you guys went shopping? Did
He
you cook
took
for
you to
her?
the grocery store
Who
on your
cooked for
first date.
me?
Who cooked for who?
You took me to a furniture store on our first date, so the
Yeah.
grocery store is not that bad. Don't feel bad, Michael.
Yeah, she insulted my table. She told me that table you want to buy looks like people gonna be putting cigarettes out on it. She's called it a
Hey, Todd.
cigarette table.
Hey, guess where I took Erica on our first date?
Weird.
And she made me so mad. She broke the door off my car.
Try it,
But
try
I took her there because you can get anything you want. The Waffle House.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I like the Waffle House.
Oh, my
I'm telling you.
goodness.
Ain't
That's
nothing wrong with-
terrible.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Waffle House. Ain't nothing
You
wrong
can get
with
a.
it.
You can
I
get
can't believe you got a
T-bone.
second date out of that, Michael.
I
can't
like
believe
Waffle
He got
House.
a second date.
Because you know
When
why
I
he got a
tell
second
you,
date?
when I got
Because God was in control and not Michael.
Must have been.
That's why he got a second
Because
date.
Waffle House is a
He
terrible
could have
place
went
to go on
to a
first
discount
date.
store and had a fake steak, and he still would have got a second date.
But wait, Todd. But wait, Betty Joe, you would understand this. This was, it's the first date, or what's the second date? First date. It was the first real date.
Yeah.
It's first real date.
Well-
And I'm like, he's like, I'm gonna take you out or whatever. So of course you get dressed. I think I'm cute. I get dressed and the hair, and I'm ready to go. He got the sports car now cleaned up, and he pulls up into Waffle House, and I'm thinking, does he know somebody here? Or why is he pulling up
Hey,
here?
Todd,
Yeah.
it's just because I had confidence in myself. I could have went to the 7-Eleven. It would have been all good.
Well,
ask
I'm
him
a
about what
I'm a
happened to his
foodie.
car.
I'm a foodie,
there you
so
go.
every restaurant I've taken her to, she's liked.
Oh my
I
goodness.
love food. So
Michael, Waffle House might go down in my Hall of Fame as one of the worst first dates ever.
Well, that's fine. Well, you couldn't look. You went to the furniture store and you couldn't eat a lazy boy.
no, that is true. That is true. But I took her to a great breakfast with that first time.
It was
right?
that beet place. It
Yes.
was really good.
Yeah, I took her to
it
great
was really
breakfast.
good. He did not take me to Waffle House.
No.
And then wouldn't take me home. I'm like, let's go. I'm ready to go after the fact. So
Where'd
when
you take her
I
to?
finally got home, I tried my best. When I tell you, in all of my, this was 30 plus years, 30 years ago, when I reached way back once I got out of the car and come around with that car door and slammed it, I wanted that glass to break so bad.
Well, let me say this. Well, first of all, you guys are my family. She talked that, but she left out a key point in there. If it was so bad, why she leave 3 days later?
3 days later? Was it 2 days later? 1 day
3 days
later?
later.
Then I just said, take me home.
Uh-oh.
3 days later, she was at the house. 3 days later.
Well, she came up. When I met her, she was planning on going on a date with somebody else.
And if you had taken me to Waffle House, I would have.
There's no Waffle House in California. Thank you. There's no Waffle House in California.
That's why Spencer always wants to come when he comes here, huh?
Yes, that's why.
Oh my goodness. You know what, you guys,
It's not that I dislike Waffle House. I like it, just not for a date.
I'm with you. I support that 110%.
I take Rocky there all the time. Rocky loves it.
It's a perfect father-son restaurant.
It is. It's fun.
It is.
Father, son. Yep.
This has been so fun. We do a thing at the end of our show called ToddFlix, where he's going to share his pick off of streaming somewhere, something for you to watch this week.
And today I'm talking about The Godfather of Harlem. It's
Been there,
such
done
a
that.
good
What you wanna
show.
know?
Do you
I'm
guys
in the
know that
third-
one?
I'm in the third season right now. You know the third season?
We're
Yeah.
starting the third
Yeah,
season.
the third season is amazing. But I mean, what's so amazing about this for me is how good Forrest Whitaker is. And I think it's Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah. He's actually amazing too. Everyone in this are great actors. They're all wonderful actors.
So it's set in the 1960s, right?
Yeah,
like the old.
It has to do with a guy named Bumpy Johnson. And
a gangster.
Yeah, a gangster. But he's actually really, even though the things he's doing is bad, he really does want to find something great for his people. He really does.
So he's come out of prison. He's been in prison for
he
like
was
10
in
years
prison
and
for-
he's kind of coming back
and he's
to...
married to a wonderful woman, but it shows you how
Did
connected.
she wait for him the 10 years
Oh,
while he's
yeah,
in prison?
yeah.
Wow.
It's all connected. Everything is connected. You know, like the drugs
Yes.
are connected to the city's connected to the police department. People are corrupt. There's so much corruptness going on, and they're just finding, even the mob is involved. This is one of the only guys that was able to deal with the mob and not be dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was able to deal with the mob, you know?
But you see key players like Malcolm X. You see
Malcolm
like the
X
Black
is in it.
Panthers.
The Black Panthers are in it. Well, that's in the third season, is Black Panthers. But the first two is a lot about Malcolm X, and he feels so bad because he wanted to protect Malcolm X before his assassination, and Malcolm X didn't want him to do that. Because I think
Bumpy feels bad?
yes.
Oh, okay.
And I think it has a lot to do with that sometimes when you're a man of God, you know your time is up, you know, and
Absolutely.
that's why he knew that he had to for his finish to be done, he had to lose his life, and he knew it was going to happen because it kind of looked like he knew it was going to happen.
Oh, like he had to
Yeah.
make he had to seal his mission
it's
with
like
his
Martin Luther
sacrifice.
King did the same thing when he
Yeah.
said, you know, this is, you know, basically he was telling everybody, this is my last speech. This is it. You know, this is gonna be my, you know. So I think that Malcolm X knew the same thing. And when you start discovering, you know, that it's your last time and you know what's gonna happen, but it has to go that course for stuff to change. I think that, you know, that's what was so amazing about it. He was very upset that he couldn't help him. But, you know, he dealt with that for a little while. But you just see the incredible actors in this show. They drive the plot. They drive the story. Some of it's based on true, but then some of it's also based on fiction. Because, you know, it's actually a TV show, too.
And such an interesting time period.
Oh,
too.
yeah, it's a very interesting time period. But Harlem was popping in that time period.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, you know, there was like
Yeah.
a lot of big singers that came up during that time. And they all knew Bumpy Johnson from New York. They all knew Bumpy Johnson. And Bumpy Johnson
right.
was either feared or well-liked.
And he was a real character.
Oh, he's
person.
a real character. Oh,
he's
yeah.
a real person.
Very real
Interesting.
character.
Okay,
And
I
they,
didn't
and
realize
they
that.
introduced the third season, they introduced Frank Lucas. And
Yes.
if you ever
Yes.
watched the movie with Denzel Washington called, what was that movie called again, Denzel Washington? It was about Frank Lucas. Oh, shoot, I can't think of it.
It was about Frank Lucas. It wasn't Godfather.
No. It's a recent movie. It was with Frank Lucas, Russell Crowe played the police officer. Denzel Washington played Frank Lucas. Not American Made. That's the other movie. Yeah, look up that movie. It was called American Gangster. Yeah.
Yes.
And he was actually he actually
No.
started working for Bumpy Johnson, and Bumpy Johnson passed away when he was working, and then then Frank Lucas took over for Bumpy Johnson.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's what made it.
Before then, it was Miss Sinclair.
Yes,
You
yeah,
remember
that's right.
Bumpy
Yes.
learned from,
Before that, it was Miss Sinclair, which was Bumpy Johnson learned from St. Clair. That's who he learned from. Was all these gangsters who found the niches that were trying to get the white people out of Harlem so that they can control Harlem. And it really wasn't drugs back in Madison St. Clair. It was about playing the
numbers.
The numbers, about the numbers.
The numbers,
Yeah.
number running.
But it's
yeah.
but it's
And
so
she's
good
a
to watch.
woman handling this.
Yeah. I mean,
in that day and time.
oh yeah, the acting is incredible.
That
The
sounds
acting is
good.
incredible.
So
It is.
Godfather of Harlem. Look
Yeah.
it up.
Oh yeah, look it up. You'll like it.
Worth the watch. It's
Definitely worth a watch.
All right. Well, dang.
Dang. And that's it for us.
Dang.
Please watch the TV.
Fun.
Watch us.
Michael, you want to say dang?
Like and surprise. They said, Michael.
Dang.
Dang, his team is terrible. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
dang, his football team is awful.
Dang.
Why don't you guys like and subscribe? We'll see you on our next show. Thank you for calling. Thank you for coming. We'll see you then. Dang is produced by my wife, Betty Jo Bridges, in collaboration with Star Worldwide Network Studios, and edited by our daughter, Attalie Ann.
She's also the musician responsible for our theme music, so go check out Attalie Ann wherever you stream your music. Have a question or topic you want us to cover? Send us your suggestions at dangpodcast.com.
Do me a favor. Please subscribe and rate our podcast to make it easier for others to find. Have a great week.
Yeah,